Wow.
Now, when Jesus tells his disciples, explains this parable, he makes it very clear that he's the landowner, but the enemy that sowed those seeds is the devil. So something much more is going on, what we call a cosmic conflict, or a conflict between good and evil in this world that we often don't see.
Okay, the way you're setting this up is, look, there is a God who is love. He values freedom of choice. That is very important to him, because without freedom of choice, love just doesn't exist. It cannot exist.
Right.
You let us know that there are decisions that are made here, and those decisions could not be or cannot be stopped or should not be stopped oftentimes, because if God was to do so, there would actually not be choice that exists. But then you're letting us also know, look, there's an antagonist
Yes.
in our world. Could you flush that out a little bit more for us? The concept of a devil, is it just this leotard wearing, yoga pant wearing, demon looking devil with the pitchfork? Could you tell us a little bit more? What does the Bible actually say about this antagonist?
Yes, yes. So the concept that many people have of the devil is really a mistaken concept. They have this kind of caricature, a cartoonish figure, right? But the Bible describes the devil as originally created as an angel of light, created perfectly good by God, but misused his freedom to rebel against God and against love and fall from that station. And he is described later in the New Testament. Jesus himself describes him as the ruler of this world, which means he has some real and significant jurisdiction in this world temporarily.
Wait a minute. God is all powerful.
Right.
There's no one more powerful than God. That's what makes him God.
Yes.
And then you got an angel, a fallen angel. Right. There's no power struggle here. God is obviously the champ here.
That's right.
Could you break this down a little bit more for us then, to understand this tension then?
That's right. So if it was a conflict or a struggle of sheer power, there could be no conflict. God is all powerful.
Right.
So the conflict must be of another kind. It's actually a conflict over character. And if you were to look at the Bible story from beginning to end, you see that from the beginning to end, the devil is a deceiver. He's a liar. Jesus calls him the father of lies and a murderer from the beginning. And from the very beginning of the story to the end, he slanders God's character. So he can't dethrone God by force. He doesn't have the power to do so. But what he tries to do is undermine God's authority in a universe of free beings by causing people to question God's goodness, to question God's love, to question God's law.